Out to show you how to find out who your people are in 8 minutes or less, and the very fun thing is that my timer doesn't even work, and so it's all just gonna be a guessing game. All right, bear with me. So how to find out who your people are. I call this bat signal, okay? The reasons you would need to know who your people are is, quite frankly, the very first step in creating a business, or especially when you're doing affiliate marketing. You need to know who the heck you're talking to, or else you look like random billboard stuff, and you look like one of those salesy people that is like, you know, those people that like tag everyone in a Ray-Ban post. Do you remember those days where like you would get tagged in a Ray-Ban ad and you're like, what on earth? You'll look like one of those people, and none of us want to look like those people because, quite frankly, we're not, right? So how do you determine who your people are so you can come across as completely authentic, completely transparent, and actually help them with what they need help with? If we're not specific about people, we can't help them, because there's people trying to do all sorts of things all over the place. And so if you try to do all of those things, nobody knows what to come to you for. Does that make sense? Here we go. First, coffee. All right, so here is how you are going to determine who your people are. Simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy is how they say this. So what I want you to do is I want you to grab a notebook or a piece of paper, whatever. Put it sideways, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna draw a line on this paper, and we're gonna put a arrow at the end of it, just like that, okay? Easy so far. We're all on the same page, yeah? Like literally. Anyway, so this line represents your life. The arrow at the end of it represents the fact that it ain't over. You know what I'm saying? And so this line, what I want you to do, this is like the biggest piece of what we're gonna do here, and it should not take you longer than an hour. If it's taking you longer than an hour, you're trying too hard and you're thinking too hard about it, okay? The things that need to be on this line are gonna pop up immediately, okay? Do not take longer than an hour. What did I say? Do not take longer than an hour, okay? Because then you're just paralyzing yourself. Nobody wants that. Nobody needs that. That's not how you find success, okay? All right. So on this line, what we're going to do is we're going to put in little hash marks, okay? So little line on the line. And these hash marks, what they're going to do, guys, is they're going to represent different times in your life where you have felt like your back was against the wall a bit. Maybe you were up until 2 or 3 in the morning Googling stuff. Maybe you were trying to figure things out, right? What were those different times in your life where you were like, man, I have got to figure this out or else? And maybe you stayed up late at night thinking about it. Maybe it was a fear of yours. Different ideas of what these things could have been are, I know moms that have found out that their kids have allergies. And so they got very, very concerned about it. And they're like, well, how am I going to create a safe space for my kid? How am I going to determine where I'm going to be able to go? You know, like what we can eat, what we can do, what we need to stay away from. How do I learn all of those things, right? And that was probably late night Google experiences. You know what I'm saying? So how many of those have you had in your life, and what were they around? Okay, one of them, I'll tell you, one of mine was whenever I quit my job, right? I quit my job and I started researching how to be able to grow a business. And I came up with a lot of weird stuff. But the fact remains is that I was on Google very late at night because I had, here's the thing, guys, here's the gold. I had to figure it out. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I had to figure it out. And what I really, really desired was for somebody, like the momentous action would have been if somebody would have just come out of the blue, rang my doorbell, and been like, Martha, I see you are trying to grow a business. I have grown a business in the way that you are trying to grow a business. Let me show you how to do it. That's what I needed, okay? And now that's what I do for other people, right? But that's why. It's a line on my timeline. It is a time where I needed somebody's guidance. I needed somebody to reach their arm into my life, reach their hand into my life and say, hey, sister, I got you. Let's go. I've done this. Let me show you how to do this, right? And so as you're thinking of these different times, when did you need a guide? When did you need somebody to come into your life and say, hey, I got you. I know how to do this. I've done all the Google searches. I know what's right. I know what's wrong. And I know the right way to go, right? And then you could trust them and you could follow them. What were the times in your life that you needed that individual? And there's probably at least 3, depending on how old you are. There's probably at least 3. Okay. Now, if there aren't 3, don't be like, oh, but Martha, I don't have 3. Maybe I'm missing some, and and let your brain go crazy. If you don't have 3, you don't have 3. Who cares? At the end of the hour, you guys, you're going to, and 60 minutes, okay, an hour, do not stretch out that hour and be like, but I snacked a little bit while I was doing that. I should give myself extra time. No negotiating with your brain. None of that is going to happen. An hour and you're done, okay? And so I'm not going to let you not succeed, by the way. Hi, I'm Martha, and I'm not going to let you not succeed. We're going places, okay? So the hash mark that is in the line, or that is on your line, at the end of the hour, I want you to go back and I want you to determine which of these hash marks you are going to serve, okay? You know yourself at this time in your life better than anybody else. You know what you were scared of. You know what you really wanted. You know what you were searching for and what you were trying to figure out. And that is the version of you that you are going to serve. That is your audience. Those are your people. Now let me address the elephant in the room, always in the room. People always say, well, if I'm only talking to these people, or if I'm only creating stuff for these people, doesn't it leave everybody else out? Listen, everybody isn't your person. I love you so much. Everybody isn't your person. Everybody isn't my person, right? Your people will not know that you are here for them if you are talking to everybody. And even worse, nobody will even see you if you talk to everybody. And better, I like to say worse than a better. Better is that when you show up and serve your people specifically, there are massive blessings on the other side of that. You will start receiving messages saying, oh my gosh, where did you come from? Seriously, those are messages I get all the time. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where I saw you. I don't even know where I found you. I'm not sure where you came from, but man, I'm glad I found you because now I know how to pop, 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 pop. You can change people's lives if only you show up for them and don't get in your head about money, financial loss because other people don't know that you exist. Who gives an actual rip? We are here for impact. And by impact, whenever we impact, we also create income. We are not just in it for the money because you guys, if you're just in it for the money, you are not going to win. You won't. Go ahead and stop now. I love you so much. Find your people, determine who your people are, and then follow along with the stuff that I teach, and you're going to know how to be able to really get in front of them in an impactful way. See you guys later. Bye-bye.